The spark of Uganda's violent history has always been lit inside the precincts of the Electoral Commission. The under-fire engineer Badru Chigundu's Electoral Commission is still swimming against a tidal wave of suspicion and mischief just a few months before Ugandans go to the polls to decide their political destiny. However, the recently enacted piece of legislation aimed at streamlining and making transparent the general election had restored a semblance of faith in the electoral body. But the opposition remains skeptical, claiming that the EC was merely posturing. The EC has publicly stated that one of the provisions in the Electoral Commission Amendment Act requiring the Commission to avail hard copies of the National Voters Register to all political parties at least 2 weeks before the general election is unachievable. Whereas Electoral Commission Secretary Samra Kojo recognizes the need to avail the voters register to all political parties in hard copy, he fears there is no money to print all the required copies.
It's easy to make a law, and actually there are provisions in our laws that say before any law is passed, you should look at the cost.
The Electoral Commission has a budget of about 200 billion shillings to carry out the entire electoral process.
If, like they said in the first part of that amendment, if it was an electronic version, an electronic register to the political parties, because it gives you the names, it gives you the numbers, okay? That's fine. It's less than 5 million shillings. We can give a CD to every political party, like we have always done.
The electoral body runs a small printer at its offices on Ginger Road and whose capacity to print hard copies in time remains in doubt. But a political commentator faults government.
It may be true that the EC doesn't have enough funds. This just it becomes an indictment of the whole structure that has been set up to conduct the elections in Uganda. Because not only should there be an electoral commission that's independent and impartial, but this commission should be funded completely. And it's no answer on the part of the government because the EC doesn't generate funds, it doesn't sell cards or anything, so it has to rely on the government of the day. Now, therefore, saying that there's no money becomes something useless. It's about priorities. If the government prefers to buy helicopters, aircraft fighters at a particular cost, surface air missiles, that's where their priorities lie. But if we are to hold them accountable, then that such a thing should not be said by the government.
We voted billions of money, so we expect the Electoral Commission to swing in action. Otherwise, if it is saying that if it starts giving excuses now, then it's giving reason for IPC's reasons that is incompetent.
They should do their work. Parliament has done its work in the best manner possible.
Beyond the latest concerns, the capacity by Kigundu's led EC to conduct free and fair elections in 2011 recently received a slap in the face. The United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's appraisal on the EC's preparation indicted Kigundu and his team.
I think they are very troubling signs. You know, we came up with this EC at a time when we were in a single-party system of democracy, you know, if that is even possible. But now with the change to multi-party democracy, it follows logically that we should have had a process of appointing electoral commissioners that was representative of all the multi-party views.
But the stoic Kigundu continues to remain at the helm despite the aberration. He says he's consulting government for a supplementary budget.
We shall approach the appropriate authorities. We will not sit back and wait. We are right now quantifying what impacts financially those challenges will be, and very soon we shall submit it to the appropriate authorities.
If we are to go by the just concluded voter registration exercise, it could perhaps be the silver lining, reversing the other election years where we witnessed apathy, disfranchisement and a low voter turnout. The EC must put in place enough checks and balances to ensure that the opposition concerns are adequately addressed. Emam Taizibwa, NTV.